Welcome to Stim Talk. I am your host, Noah or Praxis. We are a podcast by fans for fans. I'll be joined today by Mason is Strolzy, my co-host, and we are here to talk about all things Call of Duty related to the CDL, game mechanics, any roster moves, anything like that. So today we'll be talking about the Cold War tournament, um, how everything played out and everything like that, and how iLLey's been popping off this season.
Yeah, I was about to
Or
say.
off season, I
I was
should
about to
say.
say. Speaking of rosters and game stuff, iLLey is on a roster, and he's been killing it this off season. He's won multiple tournaments. He's won King of COD, the event with Warzone Pros and CDL Pros. He's just been crazy, and everybody kind of doubts his capabilities of playing. He's nothing but shown this off season on these old titles that he can still go, and he's him.
Yeah, he's back to full capacity after
Yeah,
his finger injury.
yeah. He's definitely killing it, and I mean that's not
Oh
even
yeah,
including that he hasn't played with anybody linked to his team. So
yeah. So Cold War tournament, I didn't really get to watch it because of work and stuff. But what were your thoughts on how everyone performed in the Cold War tournament?
I mean it's hard to judge how everybody's doing right now purely because they're not allowed to play with each other yet. So we don't know how these teams are going to perform. We can only judge them based off of individual play, and since it's kind of like a fun tournament, I mean there is money
Hmm.
attached to it, but since it's like a fun tournament, I don't think people are taking it as serious. So
Yeah,
I mean they're still taking it serious and being competitive, but not as competitive, you know.
they're not scrimming before the tournaments and
Yeah,
stuff like
they're not
that.
preparing.
Obviously,
They're just hopping in, shooting bots, and then hopping in a game and playing against other guys.
yeah.
That's about it.
It's
Just
just
some
playing a rank
form.
play match.
Yeah, it's just some form of entertainment for the fans and them in the off season. But I mean, yeah, a lot of people have been doing pretty well. I've seen a BZ was playing with I think Envoy in the BO4 tournament, but I think in this one he played with Draza, if I'm not mistaken. Them two were on the team. But I mean, as of right now, they're only allowed to like two at a time. They can only two of them can play with each
Hmm.
other at a time. I think Celium and Dashi were on a team together, which I mean that
That's
one's
wild.
scary. uh,
That's wild.
yeah, that one you're not fucking touching anything at that point.
Nope.
But like right now, like I said, it's just a fun thing right now. You kind of just have people thrown together, and you don't know what's gonna happen.
Hmm.
You know, but
Yeah.
you can literally just judge them off of like personal performances at this point. But I mean, it also you also throw in the factor
Hmm.
that these are old games, different mechanics, different guns, different health. So
Yeah.
it's kind of it's to take it with a grain of salt. You know,
Yeah. Definitely.
because I mean,
Because it's hard to judge a player's play style going to be on a new COD
yeah.
with on an older COD with different game mechanics and everything like that.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, you got guys like Hydra and Pred and all these guys coming out. I'm not playing, so all of them are on vacation. I don't think I've seen Simp in a tournament yet. Definitely haven't seen Pred. Haven't seen Hook. Haven't seen Hydra. I think Kismet was in one. I think Asim was in one. um, Clayster was in one. I think. But yeah, not a lot of people have been playing in them. It's kind of just people who are kind of bored and you kind of see streaming Call of Duty all the time. A lot of these pros want to take a break in the off season, play something else. I mean,
Yeah.
we were talking about it today. Skies is Immortal 3 in Valorant. Recently, Shotzi's been playing Halo again. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a funny clip right now of him and Dashy playing together. and
Oh
after
no, I haven't seen this
and
one.
after the game, Dashy goes 3. He dropped 3 kills in a in a ranked Halo match. This
Oh
man,
God.
he was like, I thought I was popping off. he was like, he was like, this can't be right. He was like, I felt like I was doing really good this game.
Oh
Then he comes back.
yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
He's
I've
like,
seen
I
a
want to
lot of
see.
the Shotzi clips.
He was like, I need to see my assist. I had to have a lot of assists, and they go, and he doesn't have a lot of shots. He's like, I mean, you shot a lot, but yeah, it's funny. You gotta watch it. It's really hilarious. They have a lot of clips
Oh
coming
yeah,
out
I have to go look that
of
up.
these Call of Duty guys. But
I mean, I was watching Standy's stream like
yeah,
probably a week ago, and he's immortal
yeah. I
in
was gonna say
Valorant. So
Sandy's been playing it a lot. I know Dashy. I think Dashy hit him, or no, Dashy hit Radiant in
that's
Valorant.
wild.
But now he's swapped over to CS. He's been playing CS and Valorant. So yeah. But I mean, you got these guys. They want to play a different game. I mean, the season starts. Call of Duty comes out, and they're playing it every single day. Like
Yeah,
you gotta think like when this game drops in the next 10 days, right? They're gonna get the game.
that's all they
They're
play.
gonna play it all day for like a week.
Hmm.
They're gonna play it, get all the mechanics down and everything, and then I mean some of these guys have already played it multiple times now. I mean they had the trip to LA where some of them went to LA and played it. You got some of them that went
Hmm.
to COD Next to play it.
God next,
So,
and then you
so
had the open beta.
yeah. So all of them, in some aspect, have already touched the game, and
Yeah,
they're already talking about tournaments. Like they're already talking about running creator tournaments. Everybody's trying to find a team for those opening day tournaments. 'Cause I think
hmm.
Zuma had the okay for throwing a tournament for the opening of the game. So and
And I
again,
think since it's gonna be a new game, Activision's gonna fund it too, because I know that
um,
was a big issue
I don't know if
during off season.
I don't know if they're gonna fund it, but there'll probably be a sponsor associated with it, like the last couple ones. I think Steel Series was his Cold War sponsor, and then this past sponsor
Because
was Sony. It was a monitor company. I know it was a monitor company
hmm.
because I remember ASIM or somebody was did an ad pitch for it, and he and Zuma comes back and he's like, "I'm so glad you did that." He was like, "That was really good." So, but I mean,
But
with
I remember hearing in the flank like towards like the pretty early on in the off season, they were all talking about why it's taking so long for these off season tournaments because Activision gave them the go ahead to do it, and so they were going to fund it, but only on the current game that's out.
yeah, but I think eventually we'll get that. In I think he's built that bridge with having the
All
uh
of these off season tourneys.
well that and the watch parties during the
Yeah.
season of him going to the events and interviewing the players as
Hmm.
well. So yeah, I think he's made a bridge there with like the CDL and everybody that controls the streaming and stuff like that. I think he
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean with the game switching
Because
if and then that all but I mean it also brings it to YouTube or Twitch thing. He's already stated that he's not leaving Twitch.
yeah.
So like what does he do there? You know.
Yeah, where I think I heard him talking if it does go to YouTube strictly, he's just gonna do face cams and
Yeah, he'll do face cams like he did before.
yeah,
But I know Scump and Methods had said that if it goes to YouTube, then
they'll
they'll just stream it on
they'll
YouTube.
switch over.
Yeah,
But with them being back behind the green wall, people are gonna
yeah,
flock to that regardless.
they'll follow them regardless wherever they go. So
Mm-hmm.
the Green Wall probably one of the strongest fan bases in all of esports. So
Oh yeah,
unless you throw like teams like Navi and these international teams, then that's where you're gonna get the bigger fan bases as well. So,
oh
but
yeah.
I mean, NA wise, you're it's
Optic,
optic.
it's optic phase,
Yeah,
and
no
then everybody below.
nobody does better than the Green Wall. So
Oh yeah, green wall's fan base is crazy.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, like the tournament side though, like even when the game comes out and they do run these kickoff tournaments, right? Only two of them can play together. Like
Yeah,
we can't see these
these
rosters
teams.
until
Hmm.
week one. Like we won't see them until
Yeah,
week one, and like opening
unless
day.
they stream their scrims like they used to.
That's not gonna happen anymore. They
Yeah,
already said they're not
sadly.
doing that no more. But yeah, unless they like play together, like for
Hmm.
fun. But but like for these tournaments, they're not allowed to. Only two of them can play at a
Yeah,
time. So that's why like right now, all on Twitter, it's or X, whatever you want to call it. You'll see
it's still Twitter.
you'll see two pros, and then they'll be like, all right, we need a challengers player and a content creator. That's because that's what they're looking
Yeah.
for. Like they just need some two other people to play with
Hmm.
because only two of them can play with each other at a time. So
Yeah, to be completely honest, I didn't realize only two of them could play together at a time.
yeah, they can't run with their full squad. But I mean
I figured
they can
that,
run
but I didn't know.
they can run four pros.
Yeah, it just
Well,
can't be.
at that point, it's up to the discretion of whoever's running the tournament to how many
Yeah.
pros are on one team. But they can't have like Atlanta FaZe can't play with each other for these
Yeah.
tournaments. We're not going to see
Hmm.
Optic Texas playing with each other. Like we're not going to see that. We're going to see like Celium and Draza or Celium and Abizi with two other random people. They'll play together. That's all we'll see.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I figured it was that like the whole team couldn't play together, but like, I didn't realize it was only two. Like I figured they could be like three, but
only two of them, unfortunately. So I mean, that's why like we can't say that a certain team's gonna do this
yeah,
until we
week one.
until week one. We're not gonna be able to see it until week one. We'll be able to
Hmm.
we'll hear about scrims like and if everybody's always talking about scrims, but that's
Oh
scrims.
yeah.
Nobody can see scrims, you know.
Hmm.
So until week one, we're not gonna know who who who's at the top of the game and who's not, you know.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I mean, we all know early league play. There's gonna be a couple really good teams and a couple really bad teams. But by major two or into major two, those really
Into
bad
major three.
teams are gonna adjust, and
Do those really good teams, and
like
the playing field's gonna even out
yeah,
a little.
everybody's gonna see how everybody plays, and they're like people are gonna see like, oh, these teams are really good and they do this, so if we do that, we'll be really good, and that's normally how it works its way out, and that's why it gets so competitive toward the end of the season. It's because everybody
Hmm.
finally like puts it all together, you know.
Yeah.
Like the first major is gonna be figuring out metas and. I mean, you got Shotzi probably for whenever this game launches. He probably already has spots for the game. If we're being
I mean,
honest,
I'm pretty sure,
we
if I
already know.
remember correctly, watching Scump's POV at COD next. That's all shots he was doing was just finding
I was
spots.
about to say, I'm sure like he somehow snuck away in COD next and got into like a private match and started
Oh,
looking for
probably,
places. But I mean,
probably.
so I mean, but like everybody as a team can't isn't gonna be able to. We won't be able to see that till Major One, and
Yeah.
on top of that, we're not gonna get the true function of these teams until later, a little bit later in the season, Major Two on land and stuff like that. Because
Yeah,
like we're
definitely.
gonna have a clear cut top three teams. Like you're gonna have a clear best team to start.
Mm-hmm.
And but until we get until these other teams are able to
Adjust
see
and
and
everything.
adjust, then yeah, we're gonna get a
That's when we
dominant.
can really give our, yeah. That's when we'll finally be able to give like our true
Because to put it into perspective
like rankings.
to put it in perspective for somebody like you who's only watched for maybe a season and a half now, 2 seasons now, right?
Yeah.
If you look at this year as a prime example, going into Major One, Rocker looked
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Amazing. Yeah.
Didn't cancel
Amazing.
the game online. Should have lost to Optic, but that's besides the point. Um,
Ah, yeah. Stupid SAE.
yeah, GAs. Maybe you should listen to him. But
Yeah.
but I mean, Rocker looked incredible. Go to Major One, do great, whatever.
Made it all
After
the way to finals, didn't they?
I believe so. I don't know if
And
they
then
won.
lost to NYSO.
Yeah, I think they. Yeah, but but like they looked phenomenal. They looked great. They looked
Mm-hmm.
unbeatable. And then like NYSL was not a team that people thought was going to work. And
And
then
if
later in the season, they went.
we get a
They
win
did.
from them, major one, silence until major four.
Well, then they went. They won in Toronto, which was Major Five. I know that for a fact. And then they won
Who
champs.
won?
I know they won back.
Major four was Thieves because that was the one nobody was at, and they broke Champ's curse.
Was that Thieves?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Because three was Ultra at Optic, two was Phase, one was NYSO.
Okay. But yeah. But like I said, like so they didn't get birthed till the end of the year.
Yeah.
Same thing with the year before with Vanguard. Vanguard, 100 Thieves was bad. LA Thieves was bad. They were a bad team. People were telling them to blow it up, cut Draza, cut Kenny, cut Envoy. You know, get rid of JCap. Like they were saying a whole bunch of things. They bring in
Mm-hmm.
Shane, make a roster change mid season, or well, not a roster change, a role swap mid season. They go on. They went
But
back to back and the champs. So
yeah.
like, and they beat the dominant team of last year. I mean, that team was winning
Mm-hmm.
everything. They beat Atlanta Fate. So I mean, you're not gonna see like it. We're not gonna see the winning. Like we're not gonna see who's good in the beginning. It's gonna take some
Yeah.
time before we can actually see who's gonna perform. Like even Hydra last season, Hydra clear MVP, but at the beginning of the year,
Oh yeah.
he was not the clear MVP. Like it wasn't even a sub. The subs were trash.
Yeah.
Like the subs were
Well, that was
non-existent.
also because the fucking it was
Well, I mean
first fucking
it
week
was an M
was
four.
the
M four
M4
was the meta, but
and the only gun meta.
yeah.
Subs were using M4s, ARs were using M4. Like it was ridiculous.
But 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 I mean apart from that, I mean MVP race we saw Octane, Scump, and Scrap and Sib were at the top last year in the beginning, and then it turned into a more even playing field, and that's whenever Pred, Abizi, and Hydra started really kicking it up, you know.
Yeah, I
So
think Scrap was the last AR to stay up on that the whole year long though.
Octane was definitely top 5 last year.
Oh yeah, Octane too, yeah.
we're not gonna see like Major One's gonna be a feeler about who like
Hmm.
as a team. Major One's gonna be a feeler as who we think's gonna really gel and
Oh yeah.
be like that team. That team is we need to keep an eye on them. But Major Two is where we
Hmm.
can look at it and be like, okay, this team's the favorite. You know.
Yeah, definitely. So it's gonna be a fun season this year. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it's looking like it, and I'm looking forward to watching this year. So,
Hmm.
but don't get it twisted in the beginning of the season. You know, like just give
Yeah.
it a second. It's a fresh game. The season starts a month later. You know, so
Yeah.
it's a fresh game. Whenever we touch it, they touch it. You know, like yeah,
Oh yeah.
they got a couple extra plays in, but I mean, besides that,
It wasn't a full game at that point.
yeah, and plus these guys aren't playing together. Some guys are on vacation. Some guys are
Yeah.
playing different games. Some guys are still playing Call of Duty. So
Hmm.
we don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah. It's very long off season. Can't wait for it to start.
Yes, but until then, you can always watch Tim Talk episodes because we have news every week.
Oh yeah.
So, so we will see
Monday,
you.
Wednesday, Friday.
We will see you guys in the next video, and if you want to, please do go back, watch past videos, see how far we've come, productivity wise, and
Whatever you do, don't go watch the first episode. That was a little awkward.
but but see our growth. You know, we want to make this product as best as possible for you guys. But we appreciate you all watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
See you guys.